Hi guys, so as usual, you know the name. My name is Emmanuel Blagogee of BlagogeeGH.com. At first it was Blagogee.com, but now it is BlagogeeGH.com. Now, if you go see my make red, I wake up no chebia, and I think it's 11 something now, and as at 4 a.m. this dawn, or young can say how much we are 4 a.m. A fight happened between Ryan Garcia and Emmanuel Tagoe, and this was how I captioned it: how a 23-year-old boy, Ryan Garcia, beats 33-year-old Emmanuel Tagoe. It was a good fight, but to me, I have my own reservation made here. Yes, I have my own reservation made here, and that is what I'm going to share with you. First of all, let me talk about the entry. If you guys have watched Emmanuel Tagoe's fight, you know his entry. His entry normally goes with this Ghanaian song, Debbie now be home. Yes, that was it. That was the entry of his song to the ring. And his entrance was a bit cool, calm, and he was really ready for the fight or for the bout. And then as soon as he got to the ring, his entry turn was over, and then it was now the time to welcome Ryan Garcia. The return of the king, and that is how they perceived, or that is how they coined, or that is how they teamed the fight for Ryan Garcia, the return of the king. So Ryan Garcia also came into the ring. Very calm, collected, very focused, and he knew what he was going to do. Yes. So at the end of the day, these two, they have never lost fights. Talk about, Ryan Garcia and also Emmanuel Tagoe. I stand to be corrected. So, on the D-Day of the ring, before the fight will start, a press conference was held. Let me say this: a press conference was held on Friday, and then when the press conference was held on Friday, one of the interviewer asked Emmanuel Tagoe that has he watched clips of Ryan Garcia's in terms of how he fights and then how he does his stuff and stuff like that. And he said ever since he started boxing, he has never watched his opponent videos or whatever it is, because he don't want to be distracted. But whatever fight it is that his opponent is going to bring that day, he's going to showcase it on the ring, and then he's ready for that. Which to me, I felt it was a bit I don't know whether it's one of those boxing bragging rights and stuff like that, because I don't see the reason why, as someone going to fight somebody you don't know, you will not watch clips of the person. And I don't know if that is his style, or that is how he feels that there is no need for me to watch my opponent. I feel like whatever it is that he wants to display, he will display it in the bout. Equally, the same implies to Ryan Garcia. He was also asked, and he said yes, he did watch some couple of videos and stuff like that. Even in football, before you go play your opponent self, at the end of the day, you need to watch some highlights or some clips of some players, so that even individual players can even do that, because they know the kind of task that is ahead of them. But if Tagoe says that there is no need for him to watch his opponent, the opponent that he's going to fight, I feel a little bit like he feels like he can equally go about it and make some improvement, which kudos to him as well. But at the end of the day, it all showed from round 1 to round 12. Now let's go straight to this. Like I said, I'm reading from what I wrote. Yes. Let me say this. Back then Oscar De La Hoya fought with Ikote, and then we know how it turned out to be. The result turned out to be because Oscar De La Hoya claimed that his best fight he has ever had was with Ike Bazooka Kote. Yes, and then he talked about his punches and stuff like that. But I don't know if Ryan Garcia is going to talk about his fight with Tagoe. Yes, so this is what I wrote about. Before the Ryan Garcia guy will enter the ring, at the end of the day, he felt, if I am a boxer, I'll feel a little bit timid, because Charlie, looking at the grand opening, the fireworks, Charlie, clips, videos and stuff, Charlie, if you are not focused, if you don't take care, your game plan or whatever it is that you brought to the ring, Charlie, if you don't take a crowd, what you will see me, it will intimidate you. And that was, the organizers, their main goal or their main target was to distract and intimidate Emmanuel Gameboy Tagoe. Now, during the bout from round 1 to round 2 to round 3 to round 4, Ryan Garcia in a press conference also affirmed that he was going to stop Emmanuel Gameboy Tagoe in round 3 or round 4. That was it. So in round 1 and round 2, a good fight started in round 1. In round 2, I realized that there was this punch that Ryan Garcia gave Emmanuel Gameboy Tagoe, and at the end of the day, Gameboy had to hug or clench. I don't know what jargon they normally use, clench or hug. Ryan Garcia's. And when he did that, the guy used that as an advantage to knock him, and then he fell. And then he told the referee that, did he see what Ryan did and stuff like that. But to me, I realized that he was so dependent on the referee. Meanwhile, you were supposed to focus on the bout that you were in, or in the battle that you were going to fight and represent the country Ghana. But I realized that it's more or less like those kind of things. You need to watch, you need to, that was how he was communicating on the ring. The body shots, let me talk about this, the body shots. There are two types of boxers. We have the southpaw and then the orthodox. Now, a person who is a southpaw is a left-handed person, and then the orthodox person is a right-handed person. Now, to me, I realized that the body shots that Garcia gave to, the body shots Garcia gave to Emmanuel Gameboy Tagoe was really piercing, because now I feel, as I watch the thing done, now I feel say, Charlie, this guy be very wicked. See the way and he punched very heavily, and it stinks like you go feel out. And body shot works was so on point. So me, I feel say the boy, the Ryan Garcia boy, the 23-year-old boy, he be switch hitter, where it comprises the left and right, the orthodox and then the southpaw. You understand? Like I said earlier, a southpaw fighter is someone who uses the left hand, and then an orthodox fighter is the one who uses the right hand. So this boy together used all his two, the switch hitter, and then gave it to Emmanuel Tagoe. At the same time, this guy was a counter puncher, and he was also an attacker, and then he was attacking Emmanuel Gameboy Tagoe. So at the end of the day, Gameboy Tagoe had to run through the four corners of the ring. He moves to here, he moves to here, he moves to here, and then he moves to here. All because he wanted to try to dodge, the guy, where at the end of the day, he didn't land a convincing punch against his opponent. And to me, I felt it was a little bit some way for a boxer like Emmanuel Gameboy Tagoe, having fought here in Ghana and stuff like that. Good charisma, good fighter and stuff like that. He did well, because at the end of the day, Garcia said he was going to stop him in round 3 and then round 4, which it couldn't happen, but it ended in round 12. But at the end of the day, Tagoe didn't have a convincing point. You understand? Like a point that you bet to say, hey, this fight, this and that. Because even in some rounds, Tagoe punches was a little bit slow, and then Garcia was really landing heavily punches, which I think, at the end of the day, it's when Tagoe comes back, you need to work on those stuff, and then at the end of the day, we see how it goes. Now, another thing I want to discuss or talk about is about Ghana Boxing Authority. I don't know why they allowed only Emmanuel Gameboy Tagoe. I stand to be corrected, or I don't know how they had the fight, or how the communication came to the Asamoah's camp, or the Ghana Boxing Authority. I don't know who is behind the fight between Ryan Garcia and Emmanuel Tagoe. I know Oscar De La Hoya is the organizer of the bout, but I also feel that at the end of the day, Emmanuel Tagoe entering into the ring, I realized that Emmanuel Tagoe was supposed to, at least, we should have one Ghanaian or two Ghanaian or one trainer from Emmanuel Tagoe's camp following Emmanuel Tagoe, so that at the end of the day, whatever it is that the referee says, they can come head to head, and then together they can share ideas in terms of how they can put Ryan Garcia down. That guy is a very good fighter. I've watched his podcast with, what's the name? Mike Tyson and stuff like that. But I feel like for this bout, I mean, a rep from Ghana. I mean, so that the boy can have that Ghanaian feel when he's on the battlefield. But I thought at the end of the day, he was left alone, and then when he was even coming, he came with, I mean, the white team and stuff like that. But at least, come on now, Tomo, 2 blacks here, like the thing will be, as the pot, go mole, hanle, go elu, kashile, those kind of vibes. So say go ginger, the boxer make you put in a lot of work. You ever bought at the talk? Yes. So guys, subscribe to this channel if you are new here. And as usual, my name is Emmanuel Blagogee of blagogeegh.com. Thank you very much for watching. Nice.